Hey guys, how's it going? We got a new set of spoilers. So once again, these are spoilers from the actual Ancient Knights booster box set, not the starter deck that's tomorrow night. So let's get right into this. There's some pretty cool stuff I'm excited about. So first off, we have Beast Den on Mount Hoel. So this is a 2-cost addition, and it passively makes it so Dragonoids you control gain +2/+2. And you can pay 2 and banish him to search your deck for a Dragonoid, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Second ability, obviously not that great, especially when you see another card that's inside of these spoilers, but I assume giving your Dragonoids buffs will always be a good thing to have, so decent card, but biggest takeaway is those are some cool looking dinosaurs. Next is, once again, we have our super overpowered pig, who's super awesome. It's food supply, so it's a 1-cost quick cast champ. And you just put 5 strength counters on your J-Ruler and you draw a card. So this is awesome. Once again, anytime you have a 1-cost card that lets you draw a card, that alone just by itself is a decent card. But so any ability can do that. On top of that is just nice to have, and on top of that it is quick cast. So obviously it pairs with the starter deck J-Ruler. We don't know if any other J-Rulers will have strength counter mechanic. I don't think so, but we'll see. So obviously it goes straight with your J-Ruler that was revealed last week. Strength counters, draw a card, and it's a piggy, so I don't know what more you guys want. Next is High Speed, which is ironic because it's a chant without quick cast, but whatever. High Speed is a 1-cost chant with Remnant, so it means you get to play it from your graveyard. It's battle art, so important to keep in mind, so it combos with your starter deck card that brought a battle arts chant from your graveyard into your hand. Target resonator you control gains +2/+2 and swiftness until end of turn, and it has an awakening, so you can pay the awakening by removing 4 strength counters from your J-Ruler, and if you do that it deals 400 damage to your opponent. So just a nice little bit of extra damage to your opponent, and you're able to buff stuff, give stuff swiftness for 1 cost, which is always nice. We don't have a whole lot of that post rotation, or if any, really 1-cost swiftness, and the fact that it buffs it and has Remnant on top of that is pretty cool. No quick cast, like I said before. But as you can see, you're starting to see a theme here. All of these are cards within the actual booster box, but it's supporting this starter deck ruler. So like they had said, unlike last time where we had our starter decks and then if cards happen to support the rulers, it wasn't necessarily a direct cause, it's just because it was a generally good card of a certain color that happened to pair with it. These are directly meant to work with them, and we're going to get a lot of them, so it's pretty exciting stuff. Next we have Dragon Call, so it's a 1-cost chant. This is sort of your run-of-the-mill, search your deck for a dragon, dragonoid, or dinosaur, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So it's your run-of-the-mill search card. However, the nice thing about this is it can search out 3 different types of resonators, not just dragonoids, but also dinosaurs and dragons on top of that, which is why I was saying I'm not sure the full use of that field card's ability for 2 costs to do the exact same theme, only nerfed. Next we have Environmental Researcher Fabre, so this is a 5-cost 4/4 Dragonoid with flying, and when it enters the field you put a 1,000 Fire Dragon token with flying onto the field. So this is kind of interesting. So I don't know if it's that great for 5 cost, because even if you were to subtract her from the equation, remove 1 cost, so it's a 4-cost 1,000 dragon, that's decent, but it's not that great still. And if she's canceled, then you're super, that hurts. But she is a Dragonoid, so having like the field buffs and different things like that could help, so she could technically be decently strong on top of bringing out the 1,000 dragon. I'm sure there'll be different types of support things that could make this a lot more viable than it seems right now. Next we have Gourmet Chef Sherry Shara, so that's a cool name I suppose. It's a 4-cost 1,000 Dragonoid, and when it enters the field you get to put 10 strength counters on your J-Ruler, so really ramping up the amount of strength counters you're putting out there. That'll be really good, especially after you J-activate, for example. I don't think you still have the ability to tap to regain your strength counters, which I don't know why you would want it, because then your J-Ruler is now tapped and susceptible to being attacked. So this would be a good way to keep your stuff being refreshed. Still kind of a high cost, but he's 1,000 on top of the ability, so it's not terrible. But it's just, in my opinion, the best use of it is just to keep refreshing your J-Ruler after you've J-activated. And next we have Red Cap. So this is a 1-cost 200/200 Evil Spirit Resonator with Swiftness, and when it goes to the graveyard, you search your deck for another Red Cap and put it into your hand. So this is a cool little cycle card. This is the first type of card we've seen like this where it actually has swiftness, which makes it a lot more useful. So you can start going in and swinging with it, then it dies, you go pull out another one. I'm sure there's other combos to help with that, but it's just a nice little populating card again. And next is Came, Demon of Vice. This is actually the last card. It's a 4-cost 1,000 demon. Nice, we're getting another demon. That'll combo well. Will it? I don't know. I feel like it combos with some other stuff that was with Al Hamat, but I could be wrong. But when it enters the field, you recover target resonator with total cost 2 or less your opponent controls, and you gain control of it until end of turn. And it gains swiftness until end of turn. So it's nice that, I mean, they're doing this before, but this sort of clears up the air on a lot of people's assumptions. Especially, I went to a GP and they ruled that a person who had Triton and gained control of one of my resonators, that it gained swiftness and they were able to suddenly attack with it even though it was rested and stuff like that. And I knew that was wrong, but you know, what are you going to do? It's a judge. But this adds more clarity, so when people say that, you can pull up this card and say, hey, they're specifically saying that it gains swiftness and recovers and all this stuff. So it makes that ruling a little bit more clear. But so yeah, so it gains control of a 2 or less cost resonator essentially, and it gains swiftness. And whenever a resonator you control attacks, this card deals 200 damage to your opponent. So right off the bat, when this guy enters the field, because you have a resonator with swiftness, you're automatically doing 200 to your opponent, and you can pay 1 to banish a resonator, and he gains swiftness to end of turn. So the obvious combo is you gain control of a 2 or less, swing with it, do 200 damage to your opponent, pay 1, you banish that, so now that resonator that your opponent has is dead, and now he has swiftness and can swing to your opponent for 1,000 and triggers his ability again to deal 200 to your opponent's face. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of cool stuff that'll happen with Kame. I feel like there is definitely a lot of potential with him. But so yeah, those are the spoilers, a decent amount. Once again, if you guys don't remember, there's not going to be a ton of rulers being revealed. There's one revealed. We probably won't get another till a lot closer to the set because there's only 2, maybe 3. Pretty sure it's just 2 rulers in the entire Ancient Knights booster box. So it's just going to be a lot of support for the starter decks and for those 2 rulers that we're going to be seeing outside of the rulers. But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. I think this is pretty cool. And once again, join our Discord if you want to discuss more about this and put forward questions for us to ask Jordan during the Q&A that we can relay again to you guys during our Forcible News segment, and we'll give you guys credit. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.